Hey, good morning. Melissa, pelvic health physical therapist here. Thanks so much for this question. This question wasn't for me. And while I love the creator who this question was posed to, I was not real thrilled with her answer. So I felt like I wanted to do a video to address this. So a Kegel is a pelvic floor muscle contraction. And one of my biggest frustrations as a pelvic health physical therapist is the number of clients who come to see me who are given the blanket answer to all their pelvic floor dysfunction, urinary incontinence, and postpartum recovery to do a Kegel without instructions on how to do it and without actually assessing to see if that is what they really need. So a Kegel is a pelvic floor muscle contraction, and most people don't even know what pelvic floor muscles are. So those muscles are the muscles that are at the base of our pelvis between our legs that supports the rest of our body, that controls our pooping, our peeing, our pleasure, and is directly related by our posture. So when you contract a pelvic floor muscle, it's a pulling up and in. So if you're sitting on a surface, you're going to feel it pull away from the surface that you're sitting on. Some words and phrases I've heard to describe it is pulling up a blueberry up inside you, or a marble, or zipping up your clit. You should not be squeezing your butt cheeks together. You should not be clenching any other parts of your body. It should just be in your pelvic floor. In the clinic, when I ask someone to do a pelvic floor muscle contraction and I'm assessing it, oftentimes they will do them incorrectly. And that will include a pushing out of the pelvic floor muscles or the pelvic floor, which is not correct, or maybe nothing will happen, or it might be really weak. And when nothing happens, that could be kind of for one of two reasons. It could be that there is a lack of connection between the person's brain and their pelvic floor, and that could happen for many reasons. It could be due to trauma, whether it's sexual trauma or birth trauma, and it also can be just general physical trauma, and that they are just unable to connect to their pelvic floor. It could also be that the pelvic floor is already clenched and tight, which is the second piece of the problem. Oftentimes, even more common than weak pelvic floor muscles is learning how to relax. You have to relax a muscle before you can contract it. If my biceps is tight and I'm contracting it, I'm not helping it. I have to lengthen it and then come and contract it. So what are some ways you can do that? You can use your finger, and you should feel it kind of pulling your finger up and in. You can use a mirror to give you a visual feedback as to how you're doing your contractions, or you can find yourself a pelvic health physical therapist or another provider who can help assess your pelvic floor. Is it tight? Is it weak? How is that muscle coordination? And how can it be improved to improve your quality of life?